Now we're getting to like one of my favorite do's. This is the Badoo updo. And to be honest, I don't wear it all the time because it's a bit much sometimes, but if you want to make a statement, this is definitely the go-to. I'm going to use 2 sets of fabric. So this is just a piece that I had lying around, and it's cotton and it's quite large. I want that just so that I can create the height and the drama. To cover that up, I'm going to use this gorgeous piece from our latest collection. And this one is in a medium size. It doesn't have any wax in it, which means it gives me a lot of movement. I can scrunch it up as I need to, like it's an easier hand feel for what I need to do today. So let's get started. That's a pretty good enough size to start with. I'll place it at the back of my head, like so. I always measure up to my ear when I'm using a side that I want to fold in. And so what I'm going to go ahead is just place that there and start wrapping it through. Usually when I'm doing this sort of wrap style, I like to create a V on my face to frame my face, but because this is the base, I don't have to worry too much about that. All I'm concerned about is making it as tight as possible. I use my left hand to hold the base and the right to keep pulling, just to make it tight. And also that ensures that it's not slipping, because you don't want it to be moving and shifting around. So always, whichever hand you're not using to wrap, just use that to kind of gauge the base and hold it. And it doesn't have to be too tight, but it does have to be firm, because again, remember, this is your base. And I'll just sort of slowly keep going and creating some height as I go. So this is really good, like if you've got short hair, that's what creates extra height. And if you've got like braids or long hair, you can do a high pony and have it there. And that makes it a bit easier because then you're using the fabric to wrap around that hair. So I just keep wrapping until I get to the point where the fabric ends and I tuck it in. So this is where I can make it a little neat and make sure that the fringes are not showing. I'm happy with where it's sitting. Like I like to leave my earlobes out for the accessories because you know I'm all about accessorizing, right? So gotta have that. It's secure. Ready for part 2. Just in case some of this is showing as I wrap along, that's no issue because it's a complementary color to what's at the base. Start by placing it at the back of my head, like so. And then the same way I started the base, I just measure to see how much fabric I want on this side. I let that go. Now here is where we go into that technicality of placing the trim to make sure that you've got a cross. And it's good because having the base there kind of gives me an idea of where I can place this and see where I want it to land. And again, I avoid placing the crisscross center. So grab the second piece and again, just gently place. At this stage, we're not trying to tag or anything. We're just trying to make sure that our placement is right and we are happy with it. And fabrics kind of talk to you. They tell you what they want to do. So sometimes don't be so particular about wanting to do it like exactly the same way. If you started off on something and the fabric sort of fell in a direction and you're like, oh, that looks good, then just go with it. Say for example, when I was starting this, I thought I was gonna place it like layer by layer, but as I did that, the fabric kind of fell and it's created this shape here and I'm like, that feels good, I'll keep going. So I'm still hanging on tightly to this bit, and as I go, again, what I do, use my left hand and tag to just make sure that it's still tight and secure. And again, that's also to stabilize. And now because I've got 2 fabrics underneath, I just need to make sure that I'm really particular about stabilizing it. And take your time with this, like don't hurry it along, just be gentle, like tag, make sure it's tight, but be gentle, right? So as I did that, I did another loop around, and then I'm keeping on going and creating the height. So as I got to the back, my fabric came to an end. So I'll find a little bit and tuck it in there. So I've got that bit showing at the top. So what you do is, because you've got extra fabric there, you can go in and just, like you see, I just did a gentle tag and I got some of the fabric out. So I get that out and tuck it in. Again, just very gently, because as you were placing everything, you were making sure it was nice and secure. And just gently tuck that in. Just keep tucking and tucking. And that's it. with this, you can keep creating more and more height, and that's a tutorial for another day. So when we start our Zoom tutorials, that's something you can opt in for as we keep going from like beginners to intermediary to expert, if you can call us experts, but I guess sharing what we've picked up along the way as we go. So that's it.